Success and Money Foundation presents Success and Money People, 39 Successful People and Life Lessons. Chapter 1. How many of you would like to be millionaires? Then do what millionaires do. Robert G. Allen Life Story. Robert G. Allen is one of the most influential financial authors of the 20th century. Best known for his book Nothing Down, he changed the way people think about real estate investing. His revolutionary claim that you could buy property with little or no money down empowered thousands of ordinary people to take control of their financial futures. Allen was raised in a modest family and didn't start with wealth, but he studied business, worked hard, and discovered the power of passive income. His first real estate deal sparked a passion that became a lifelong mission, teaching people that they didn't have to be rich to start investing. He believed that wealth begins with knowledge, not capital. In addition to Nothing Down, Allen wrote bestsellers like Creating Wealth, Multiple Streams of Income, and The 1-Minute Millionaire. His books taught readers how to think like investors, create multiple income streams, and take action even when afraid. His real-life St. Louis challenge, buying homes with no money down in 72 hours, proved that his strategies really worked. Beyond the deals and strategies, Allen's greatest impact may be his encouragement. He made financial success feel possible for everyday people. Whether through seminars, books, or interviews, he challenged audiences to shift their mindset from scarcity to abundance, from fear to action, from employee to entrepreneur. Life lessons. Success principle. Wealth is a skill, not a gift. You can learn it, practice it, and master it with time and action. Money lesson. You don't need money to make money. You need creativity, courage, and a willingness to ask. Faith in action. Take the leap. Success favors those who move forward, even when the path is uncertain. Legacy wisdom. Build multiple streams of income. One stream dries up. Many streams flow forever. Chapter 2. Software is Eating the World. Marc Andreessen. Life story. Marc Andreessen was born in Cedar Falls, Iowa, and grew up in a small town with big dreams. Fascinated by technology, he studied computer science at the University of Illinois. There, he co-created Mosaic, the first widely used web browser that made the internet accessible and usable to ordinary people. Mosaic eventually became Netscape Navigator, the browser that started the internet revolution. In 1995, Netscape went public, and its stock price exploded, kickstarting the first dot-com boom. Marc was just 24 years old and instantly became a tech icon. His innovation changed the world by turning the internet from a tool for researchers into a global network for business, communication, and commerce. After Netscape, Andreessen continued to shape the digital world. He co-founded Andreessen Horowitz, one of the most powerful venture capital firms in Silicon Valley. The firm has invested in companies like Facebook, Airbnb, Coinbase, Stripe, and many others. Marc believed that startups, not giant corporations, would define the future, and he backed them early with both money and mentorship. Marc is known for his powerful insights about technology, markets, and innovation. His famous essay, Software is Eating the World, predicted that every industry would be transformed by software, and he was right. From his early browser to billion-dollar investments, Andreessen has helped build the digital age we live in today. Life lessons. Success. Principle. Big impact starts with a bold idea and relentless execution, even if you're young or unknown. Money lesson. Invest early in what you believe in. The future belongs to those who see it coming and take action. Tech mindset. Software and digital tools can transform entire industries. Learn them, use them, build with them. Entrepreneurial insight. The best way to predict the future is to fund it or create it yourself. Chapter 3. Your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. Jeff Bezos, life story. Jeff Bezos was born in 1964 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and showed early signs of curiosity and ambition. After studying at Princeton, he worked on Wall Street. But in 1994, he read a statistic that changed his life. Internet usage was growing at 2,300% per year. Inspired by the potential of the web, he left his secure job, drove across the country, and started a company in his garage. He called it Amazon. Amazon began as an online bookstore, but Bezos always had a bigger vision. He believed the internet would change the way people buy everything. With a focus on customer obsession, long-term growth, and relentless innovation, Bezos reinvested profits, scaled fast, and kept experimenting, even when others doubted him. His early motto, "Get big fast." Over time, Amazon expanded into electronics, cloud computing, AWS, logistics, and nearly every product imaginable. Despite early criticism and years of low profits, Bezos focused on the long game. His leadership style emphasized customer delight, high standards, and constant invention. Day one became his philosophy: always act like a startup. Eventually, Bezos became the richest person in the world. He also launched Blue Origin, a space company aiming to make space travel affordable. From a garage in Seattle to shaping global commerce and space exploration, Jeff Bezos' journey shows how vision, courage, and execution can reshape the world. Life lessons. Success principle: start small, think big, and move fast. Big dreams require bold action. Money lesson: reinvest your profits. Wealth grows when you delay gratification and focus on the long term. Innovation mindset: obsess over the customer. Every breakthrough begins by solving a real problem. Entrepreneurial insight: you don't need permission to build something great, just the will to begin and the grit to keep going. Chapter 4. I'd rather regret the risks that didn't work out than the chances I didn't take at all. Simone Biles. Life story. Simone Biles was born in 1997 in Columbus, Ohio. Her early years were filled with challenges, and she was placed in foster care before being adopted by her grandparents. It was during a daycare field trip that her natural talent for gymnastics was first noticed. From that moment on, Simone poured herself into the sport with fierce determination and joy. Despite being shorter than most, and often underestimated, Simone quickly rose through the ranks. Her powerful routines, filled with daring flips and twists, wowed judges and crowds alike. She made her international debut in 2013 and soon dominated the gymnastics world with grace, power, and a signature move, the Biles, that only she could land. Simone won 4 gold medals at the 2016 Olympics in Rio and became a symbol of excellence and discipline. But she also became a voice for mental health when, at the 2021 Tokyo Olympics, she withdrew from several events to protect her well-being. Her decision sparked global conversations and showed that strength isn't just about physical performance, it's also about knowing your limits. Through her triumphs and trials, Simone Biles' quests continues to inspire millions. With more world championship medals than any other gymnast and a legacy of courage and integrity, she proves that greatness isn't just about winning. It's about standing tall, even when the world is watching. Life lessons. Success. Principle. Excellence is built on discipline, resilience, and joy in the process, not just the podium. Confidence. Lesson. Believe in your abilities, even when others doubt you. Let your work speak louder than words. Mental wealth. Protect your peace. Real success includes caring for your body and mind. Money application. Just like training, building wealth requires consistent effort, sacrifice, and long-term thinking. Chapter 5. Don't be intimidated by what you don't know. That can be your greatest strength. Sara Blakely. Life story. Sara Blakely was selling fax machines door to door in Florida when she had an idea that would change her life and the fashion world. Frustrated by how traditional undergarments showed through white pants, she cut the feet off a pair of control-top pantyhose. The result? A smoother look and a spark of inspiration. She decided to create a better kind of shapewear, one that women would actually want to wear. With just $5,000 in savings and no experience in fashion, business, or manufacturing, Sara got to work. She wrote her own patent, created a prototype, and began calling hosiery mills, most of whom ignored her. But one mill owner gave her a shot, impressed by her passion. She chose the name Spanx, believing it was catchy and bold, just like her vision. Sara packed boxes in her apartment, wrote every product description, and convinced Neiman Marcus to carry her product. Her big break came when Oprah Winfrey featured Spanx as one of her favorite things. Sales skyrocketed overnight. Soon, Spanx became a household name, redefining how women dressed, moved, and felt about their bodies. In 2012, Sara became the youngest self-made female billionaire on the Forbes list. But she never forgot her roots, donating millions to empower women entrepreneurs. Her story proves that big dreams, bold actions, and a lot of heart can turn a simple idea into a global empire. Life lessons. Success principle. Don't wait for permission. If you believe in your idea, chase it, no matter who doubts you. Money lesson. Start with what you have. Small beginnings can lead to billion-dollar outcomes with the right mindset. Resilience insight. Rejection is part of the journey. Every no brings you closer to a yes. Entrepreneurial wisdom. Solve a real problem. The best businesses start with something personal and practical. Chapter 6. Don't think about the start of the race, think about the ending. Usain Bolt. Life story. Usain Bolt was born in a small town in Jamaica in 1986. As a child, he loved sports, especially cricket and soccer, but it was his speed that stood out. Even in school, no one could catch him. His coaches quickly realized he had world-class talent, and they encouraged him to train seriously in track and field. Bolt began winning youth competitions and represented Jamaica as a teenager. At first, he struggled with injuries and doubters, but in 2008, everything changed. At the Beijing Olympics, he won gold in the 100 meters, 200 meters, and 4x100 relay, setting new world records in all three. He made it look easy, even celebrating before he crossed the finish line. Over the next decade, Usain Bolt became a global icon. He won 8 Olympic gold medals and set records that still stand today. With his signature lightning bolt pose and joyful attitude, he brought charisma to the track like never before. Fans loved not just his speed, but his confidence and playful spirit. Bolt trained hard, but he also taught the world that success comes from believing in yourself. He once said, "Worrying gets you nowhere. If you turn up worrying about how you're going to perform, you've already lost." Whether in business, sports, or life, his story proves that confidence, preparation, and joy can lead to greatness. Life lessons. Success. Principle. Natural talent is just the beginning. True greatness comes from discipline and belief. Money. Lesson. Use your gifts wisely. Fame and fortune follow excellence and consistency. Mindset insight. Don't focus on what others expect. Focus on what you know you're capable of. Personal growth. Keep it fun. When you love what you do, you're more likely to do it well and stick with it. Year Chapter 7. You want to know which ring is my favorite? The next one. Tom Brady, life story. Tom Brady's story didn't begin with glory. It began with rejection. He was a backup quarterback in college at the University of Michigan and was famously overlooked in the 2000 NFL Draft. He was picked 199th overall in the 6th round. Most didn't expect him to make the team, but what Brady lacked in flash, he made up for in work ethic, discipline, and belief in himself. When the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots was injured, Brady stepped in. Calm, focused, and prepared, he led the team to a Super Bowl victory, and then kept on winning. He became known for his incredible game preparation, competitive spirit, and ability to perform under pressure. Over time, Tom Brady would become a name synonymous with greatness. Brady didn't stop with one championship. He won a record 7 Super Bowl titles, more than any player in NFL history. Even after turning 40, while many athletes retire, Brady continued to play and win, becoming an inspiration for longevity and peak performance. In 2020, he left the Patriots and led the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to a Super Bowl win in his very first season with them. Tom Brady's journey teaches us that setbacks don't define you, your response does. He transformed doubt into determination and average beginnings into legendary endings. He reminds us that champions are built in practice, in preparation, and in never giving up when others do. Life lessons. Success principle. Where you start doesn't matter. It's how much effort, focus, and persistence you bring. Money lesson. Build long-term success by showing up every day, doing the small things right and never settling. Mindset. Insight. Prepare relentlessly. The game is often won before it even starts, through preparation and mindset. Leadership insight. Great leaders elevate others and perform under pressure. Brady led by example, on and off the field. Chapter 8. If your dreams don't scare you, they are too small. Richard Branson, life story. Richard Branson was born in 1950 in England and struggled with dyslexia in school. He wasn't a top student, but he had a natural gift for entrepreneurship. At just 16 years old, he started a student magazine and later launched a small mail-order record business from a church basement. That little business became Virgin Records, and it changed everything. Branson opened a record store in London and later signed groundbreaking artists like the Sex Pistols. His rebellious, bold approach set the tone for what would become the Virgin brand: fun, fearless, and forward-thinking. By age 30, he was a millionaire, but he didn't stop there. He launched airlines, mobile companies, health clubs, and even space travel. Branson is known not just for business success, but for his bold stunts and boundary-pushing ideas. He crossed oceans in hot air balloons, created Virgin Atlantic to compete with major airlines, and eventually founded Virgin Galactic to explore space tourism. He believed business should improve lives, and he often used his success to support humanitarian causes around the world. Through it all, Branson faced failures, risks, and doubts, but never gave up. His passion for adventure and commitment to fun, customer-first experiences helped build one of the most recognized brands on the planet. He proves that with vision and courage, even a dyslexic teenager can reach the stars. Literally. Life lessons. Success principle. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Start small, stay bold, and grow through action. Money lesson. Take calculated risks. Wealth comes to those willing to step into the unknown with courage. Leadership insight. Put people first. A successful company is built by empowering great teams. Personal growth. Embrace failure as part of the journey. The biggest mistake is being afraid to try. Chapter 9. The best investment you can make is in yourself. Warren Buffett, life story. Warren Buffett was born in 1930 in Omaha, Nebraska. He made his first investment at just 11 years old, buying 3 shares of stock. He delivered newspapers as a kid and filed taxes at age 13. From a young age, he was fascinated by numbers, business, and finding smart ways to grow money. While his friends played outside, Warren read books on investing. He studied under Benjamin Graham, the father of value investing, and began buying businesses that were undervalued. Warren didn't look for quick wins. Instead, he looked for companies with strong leadership, clear profits, and long-term potential. One of his most famous purchases was Berkshire Hathaway, which he turned into a global investment powerhouse. Over the decades, Buffett became one of the richest people in the world, but he never changed his lifestyle. He still lives in the same modest home he bought in 1958. He eats at McDonald's, drinks Coca-Cola daily, and buys with logic, not emotion. He reads for hours each day and avoids flashy trends in favor of steady returns. Even more inspiring, Warren plans to give away most of his wealth through philanthropy. He believes success is not just about what you earn, but how you use it. He teaches people to live below their means, invest early, and think for the long run. Warren Buffett's wisdom proves that wealth isn't about luck. It's about smart habits and timeless principles, life lessons. Success principle: be patient. Great things take time. Wealth grows by compounding over years. Money lesson: spend less than you earn. Invest the rest in simple, strong businesses you understand. Mindset: insight. Avoid trends. Think independently and make decisions based on facts, not hype. Character insight: live simply. True wealth is not in things, it's in peace of mind and purpose. Chapter 10. Let your joy be in your journey, not in some distant goal. Tim Cook. Life story. Tim Cook was born in a small town in Alabama in 1960. He grew up with modest means but worked hard in school and eventually earned a degree in industrial engineering. After getting his MBA, he climbed the ranks at companies like IBM and Compaq. He was known not for being loud or flashy, but for being incredibly smart, organized, and calm under pressure. In 1998, Apple was struggling. Steve Jobs had just returned to save the company, and he hired Tim Cook to fix Apple's broken supply chain. What followed was a transformation. Tim streamlined operations, reduced costs, and helped Apple prepare for a wave of innovation, starting with the iPod and later the iPhone. He became the behind-the-scenes master of execution. When Steve Jobs passed away in 2011, many wondered if anyone could fill his shoes. But Tim Cook didn't try to be another Steve. He led in his own way. Under his leadership, Apple became the first company in history to reach a $3 trillion valuation. He expanded the product line, improved sustainability efforts, and made Apple more transparent and inclusive. Tim Cook is also known for his integrity. He openly spoke about privacy, social justice, and doing what's right, even when it wasn't popular. He taught the world that quiet leadership can be powerful leadership. His journey shows that values and vision combined with discipline can lead to extraordinary results. Life lessons. Success. Principle. Leadership isn't about being the loudest. It's about delivering results with integrity. Money lesson. Systems matter. Streamlining operations and making smart decisions builds long-term value. Character insight. Stay true to your values. Business should not just be profitable, but purposeful. Personal growth. Be ready when opportunity comes. Great preparation can lead to unexpected greatness. Chapter 11. Don't you dare underestimate the power of your own instinct. Barbara Corcoran. Life story. Barbara Corcoran grew up in a working-class family in New Jersey as one of 10 children. She struggled in school due to undiagnosed dyslexia and was often labeled the dumb kid. But Barbara was imaginative, determined, and had a dream of doing something big. After a string of odd jobs, including waitressing, she borrowed $1,000 from a boyfriend to start a small real estate business in New York City. That business, the Corcoran Group, started with renting apartments but soon grew into a real estate empire. When that same boyfriend told her she'd never succeed without him, Barbara used his words as fuel. She built her company into one of the most respected in the city, driven by hustle, creative marketing, and a fearless attitude toward competition. In 2001, Barbara sold the Corcoran Group for $66 million, but she wasn't done. She became a speaker, author, and business mentor. Millions came to know her through the TV show Shark Tank, where she invests in scrappy, determined entrepreneurs, people like her. She shares her story with humor and honesty, inspiring others to take chances and trust themselves. Barbara's journey proves that where you start doesn't define where you'll finish. She turned rejection into resilience and built a brand rooted in grit, confidence, and kindness. Her life is a shining example of how believing in yourself can turn small beginnings into something spectacular. Life lessons. Success principle: use rejection as motivation. Let "you can't" become "watch me." Money lesson. Start small, sell smart. You don't need a fortune to build a fortune. Mindset. Insight. Confidence is a choice. Back yourself, even when no one else does. Personal growth. Be resourceful. Success comes to those who find a way, not an excuse. Chapter 12. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. Stephen R. Covey. Life story. Stephen R. Covey was born in 1932 and grew up in Utah. Early in life, he felt drawn to teaching and leadership. He earned degrees in business and religious education, eventually becoming a professor and organizational consultant. But he believed that true effectiveness, whether in work or family, began with character and principle. In 1989, he published The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, a book that changed millions of lives. It wasn't about tricks or quick fixes. It focused on timeless truths like proactivity, vision, and putting first things first. Covey believed success came from building trust, aligning actions with values, and serving others. Covey's influence extended beyond business. His teachings reached schools, governments, churches, and families. He founded Franklin Covey, a global company dedicated to leadership development. He helped people of all ages realize that true success is not just achievement, but growth with integrity. Even after his passing in 2012, his legacy lives on through his books, his family, and the many leaders he inspired. Covey showed that personal and professional excellence go hand in hand. By aligning daily actions with deeper principles, anyone can live a meaningful, effective life. Life lessons. Success. Principle. True success comes from living according to timeless principles, not chasing trends. Money lesson. Stewardship matters. Manage time, energy, and money with integrity and intention. Mindset insight. Be proactive. You are responsible for your life. Your choices shape your destiny. Personal growth. Sharpen the saw. Regular renewal, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, is essential for long-term success. Chapter 13. Pain plus reflection equals progress. Ray Dalio. Life story. Ray Dalio was born in 1949 and grew up in a middle-class family in New York. He bought his first stock at age 12 and was fascinated by how markets worked. That early interest became a lifelong passion. After college and Harvard Business School, he founded Bridgewater Associates from his 2-bedroom apartment. It would later grow into the world's largest hedge fund. But Ray's path wasn't smooth. In the early 1980s, after making a bold economic prediction that failed, he lost nearly everything. Instead of quitting, he used the experience to develop a powerful life philosophy. Learn from your mistakes, and don't let your ego block your growth. He began documenting the lessons he learned, which became the foundation of his company culture, and later his best-selling book, Principles. At Bridgewater, Dalio implemented radical transparency and radical honesty. Every employee could challenge ideas, even his. Mistakes weren't hidden. They were discussed and studied. This unique culture helped Bridgewater thrive and attracted global attention. Dalio showed that success isn't just about being right, it's about being open to what's true, even when it's uncomfortable. Ray Dalio later shared his knowledge through books, TED Talks, and animated videos that explain how the economy works. He's now dedicated to helping others make better decisions in life, work, and money. His core belief: if you're honest with yourself and committed to learning, you can achieve anything. Life lessons. Success principle: mistakes are powerful teachers. Embrace them, reflect, and improve. Money lesson: understand how money and the economy work. Make decisions based on long-term thinking and evidence. Mindset. Insight. Radical honesty creates radical growth. Seek truth, not comfort. Personal growth. Write down your principles. Clear thinking leads to better choices and a meaningful life. Chapter 14. Don't compare yourself with anyone in this world. If you do so, you are insulting yourself. Bill Gates. Life story. Bill Gates was born in 1955 in Seattle, Washington. From a young age, he showed a deep fascination with computers. In high school, he spent hours learning to program and solve problems. He later enrolled at Harvard University, but dropped out to chase a vision: putting a computer on every desk in every home. In 1975, Bill co-founded Microsoft with his friend Paul Allen. Their big break came when they developed an operating system for IBM computers, MS-DOS. Soon after, Windows was born. It became the most widely used computer system in the world and turned Gates into one of the youngest self-made billionaires in history. Gates stepped down from his day-to-day role at Microsoft to focus on giving back. With his former wife Melinda, he created the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, one of the largest charitable organizations in the world. They've donated billions to fight poverty, improve education, and eliminate diseases like malaria and polio. Bill Gates continues to read, learn, and invest in solving global challenges like clean energy and pandemics. His life reminds us that great success comes not just from building something valuable, but from using that success to lift others. He's a champion of innovation, education, and generosity. Life lessons. Success principle. Start with curiosity. Big ideas often begin with a deep love of learning. Money lesson. Use wealth to make a difference. True success is what you give, not just what you gain. Mindset. Insight. Don't fear failure. Take bold risks, learn fast, and adapt quickly. Personal growth. Never stop reading and asking questions. Lifelong learning leads to lifelong growth. Chapter 15. A woman with a voice is, by definition, a strong woman. Melinda Gates. Life story. Melinda French Gates was born in 1964 in Dallas, Texas. Her love for math and computers led her to study computer science and business. After graduating from Duke University, she joined Microsoft and quickly rose through the ranks as a product manager. It was there that she met Bill Gates, and the two eventually married. But Melinda's true calling emerged outside the world of software. She became passionate about helping people, especially women and children, around the globe. In 2000, she co-founded the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, one of the largest philanthropic organizations in history, focusing on health, education, and equality. Melinda traveled to some of the poorest places on Earth, listening to the needs of women and families. Her work helped bring vaccines to millions, improve maternal care, and provide access to education and birth control. She believed that empowering women was the key to lifting entire communities out of poverty. After her separation from Bill, she launched Pivotal Ventures, a company focused on expanding women's power and influence in the U.S. Melinda Gates continues to inspire others by showing that compassion, listening, and courage can create lasting change. Her story is one of grace, purpose, and a fierce commitment to justice. Life lessons. Success. Principle. Lift others as you rise. True power is used to empower others. Money lesson. Use wealth with wisdom. Investing in people brings the greatest return. Mindset. Insight. Listen deeply. Real change starts by understanding real needs. Personal growth. Step forward with courage. Your voice and actions can change the world. Chapter 16. Success is not a random act. It arises out of a predictable and powerful set of circumstances and opportunities. Malcolm Gladwell. Life story. Malcolm Gladwell was born in England in 1963 and raised in Canada. His mother was a Jamaican psychotherapist and writer, and his father, a British mathematics professor. Growing up, Malcolm developed a deep curiosity for the world around him. He loved asking questions and finding patterns that others overlooked. After college, he became a journalist, eventually joining The New Yorker. In 2000, he released his first book, The Tipping Point, which became a sensation. He followed it with bestsellers like Outliers, Blink, and David and Goliath, each exploring unexpected truths about success, decision-making, and underdogs. In Outliers, Gladwell introduced the now famous idea that 10,000 hours of deliberate practice is a key to mastery. In Blink, he explored how snap judgments can be more accurate than deep analysis if we know how to listen to them. His work combined psychology, sociology, and storytelling to help people think more deeply and creatively. Today, Gladwell continues to write, speak, and host the popular podcast Revisionist History. His work encourages readers to question assumptions, celebrate diversity of thought, and find success not just through talent, but through effort, insight, and seeing the world differently. Life lessons. Success principle. Great success often comes from seeing what others miss. Be curious and observant. Money lesson. Expertise is earned. Invest time and effort if you want long-term value and results. Mindset. Insight. Don't underestimate underdogs. With the right mindset, even the small can beat the strong. Personal growth. Question everything. Growth comes from challenging assumptions and being open to surprise. Chapter 17. Your belief determines your action, and your action determines your results. Marc Victor Hansen. Life story. Marc Victor Hansen was born in 1948 and raised in Illinois. Early in life, he developed a passion for learning, storytelling, and helping others succeed. He earned degrees in speech communication and began his career as a speaker, encouraging people to believe in themselves and pursue their dreams, even when others doubted them. In the early 1990s, Marc teamed up with Jack Canfield to collect inspirational true stories. The result was the book Chicken Soup for the Soul. At first, publishers rejected it, more than 100 times, but Marc didn't give up. He believed the stories would touch lives, and he was right. The book became a worldwide bestseller and launched a beloved series that has sold over 500 million copies in dozens of languages. Marc continued writing, speaking, and empowering others through books like The Power of Focus, Cash in a Flash, and Ask. He taught that success comes not from luck, but from having a clear vision, asking the right questions, and staying persistent. He believed in abundance, not just financial, but emotional and spiritual as well. His energy, faith, and enthusiasm have made him one of the most sought-after motivational speakers in the world. Whether through books, seminars, or interviews, Marc Victor Hansen has inspired millions to dream big, act boldly, and make their own lives a story worth sharing. Life lessons. Success principle. Don't give up after rejection. Keep asking, believing, and sharing your vision. Money lesson. Prosperity begins with your mindset. Think big and provide value to others. Mindset insight. The right story can change a life. Speak and write words that inspire. Personal growth. Ask boldly. The answers and opportunities you seek often come when you simply ask. Chapter 18. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Steve Jobs. Life story. Steve Jobs was born in 1955 and adopted by a working-class family in California. As a curious and rebellious teen, he developed an early interest in electronics and design. After briefly attending college, he dropped out and co-founded Apple in 1976 with his friend Steve Wozniak in a garage. They created the Apple IIs and Apple II, personal computers that sparked a revolution. Jobs pushed boundaries. He wasn't just interested in technology, he cared about how it looked and how it felt. Under his leadership, Apple created the Macintosh, the first personal computer with a graphical interface. But in 1985, he was pushed out of his own company. Instead of giving up, he founded Next and helped launch Pixar, which created Toy Story, the world's first full-length computer animated film. In 1997, Jobs returned to Apple and transformed it. He led the creation of the iMac, iPod, iTunes, iPhone, and iPad, products that changed the way people lived, listened, worked, and communicated. His ability to combine art, technology, and business made Apple one of the most valuable companies in the world. Jobs passed away in 2011, but his influence lives on. He was known for his black turtleneck, bold ideas, and relentless pursuit of excellence. He taught the world that design matters, simplicity is powerful, and that it's okay to think differently. His life was a testament to following your passion, embracing innovation, and leaving a legacy. Life lessons. Success principle. Follow your intuition. Passion and focus can lead to world-changing innovation. Money lesson. Don't build for money, build for excellence. The money follows when the value is real. Mindset insight. Simplicity is strength. Remove clutter, think clearly, and design beautifully. Personal growth. Failure isn't the end. Being fired led Jobs to his greatest success. Always stay hungry, stay foolish. Chapter 19. Success isn't always about greatness. It's about consistency. Consistent hard work gains success. Greatness will come. Dwayne Johnson. Life story. Dwayne Johnson was born in 1972 into a wrestling family, but his early years were far from glamorous. At one point, he and his family were evicted, and at age 14, he watched his mother cry as they struggled financially. Determined to rise above, he threw himself into football and earned a scholarship to the University of Miami. He dreamed of playing in the NFL, but life had other plans. An injury ended his football career before it began. With just $7 in his pocket, he returned home, depressed and uncertain. That's when he turned to professional wrestling, following in his father and grandfather's footsteps. Under the name The Rock, Dwayne quickly rose to superstardom in the WWE with charisma, grit, and unmatched determination. After conquering the wrestling world, Dwayne set his sights on Hollywood. Despite early doubts about whether a wrestler could act, he proved the critics wrong. From The Scorpion King to Fast and Furious and Jumanji, he became one of the highest paid and most beloved actors in the world. Alongside his film career, he built brands, launched businesses, and became a global icon of discipline and positivity. Through it all, Dwayne has remained grounded in gratitude and driven by purpose. He shares his story openly, motivating others to overcome adversity and chase their dreams. His legacy is more than fame. It's about persistence, humility, and using success to uplift others. Life lessons, success, principle. Life will knock you down. Get back up stronger. Resilience creates champions. Money lesson, start small, stay consistent. Even $7 can become a fortune with grit and drive. Mindset insight. Don't fear reinvention. When one dream ends, build another bigger one. Personal growth. Stay humble, be kind, and outwork everyone. Discipline beats excuses. Chapter 20. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Michael Jordan. Life story. Michael Jordan was born in 1963 in Brooklyn, New York, and raised in North Carolina. As a boy, he loved sports, but wasn't the tallest or strongest. In high school, he was famously cut from the varsity basketball team. Instead of quitting, he trained harder, determined to prove himself. That setback became the fuel that ignited a legendary fire. He earned a scholarship to the University of North Carolina and hit the game-winning shot in the NCAA championship as a freshman. In 1984, Jordan was drafted into the NBA by the Chicago Bulls. From the beginning, he showed dazzling skill, but it was his competitive spirit and relentless practice that made him unstoppable. Jordan led the Bulls to 6 NBA championships, earning 5 MVP awards, and becoming known as the greatest basketball player of all time. His famous moments, game winners, slam dunks, and fierce defense were backed by thousands of unseen hours of hard work. He trained with unmatched intensity and never accepted excuses, from himself or others. After basketball, Jordan became a business leader, owner of the Charlotte Hornets, and a global brand. His Air Jordan shoes became a symbol of excellence and style. But beyond the fame, his story reminds us that greatness is earned, not given. It comes through focus, failure, and fire. Life lessons. Success. Principle. Let failure motivate you. Turn rejection into fuel for greatness. Money lesson. Build your brand with discipline and excellence. It can last a lifetime. Mindset insight. Compete with yourself daily. Push harder than you did yesterday. Personal growth. Talent is just the start. Mastery comes from relentless practice and passion. Chapter 21. It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for. Robert Kiyosaki, Life Story. Robert Kiyosaki was born in Hawaii in 1947. He was raised in a traditional home by his biological father, whom he refers to as his poor dad. His poor dad was highly educated but believed in working hard for a paycheck. At the same time, Robert was mentored by his best friend's father, his rich dad, a successful businessman who taught him how money actually works. These two influences shaped Robert's thinking about money, success, and education. He realized that schools often fail to teach real-world financial skills. After serving in the military and working in sales, Robert began building his own businesses, experiencing both successes and failures. What remained constant was his commitment to financial literacy and independence. In 1997, Robert self-published Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which quickly became a global bestseller. The book challenged conventional beliefs, urging people to focus on acquiring assets, not just earning income. He introduced the idea of the cash flow quadrant, passive income, and making money work for you. Millions of readers began to see wealth building differently. Kiyosaki went on to write dozens of books, create financial games like cash flow, and build a movement that encourages people to take control of their financial futures. Today, he continues to teach people of all ages how to invest, build businesses, and escape the rat race. His message, financial freedom, starts with education and action, life lessons. Success, principle, Don't just work for money, make money work for you. Money lesson: buy assets, not liabilities. Wealth grows when your money earns for you. Mindset insight: financial education is the real key to freedom, not a fancy degree. Personal growth: learn, unlearn, and take action. Your habits determine your future. Chapter 22. Never give up. Today is hard, tomorrow will be worse, but the day after tomorrow will be sunshine. Jack Ma, life story. Jack Ma was born in Hangzhou, China, in 1964. As a child, he was curious and eager to learn English. He would ride his bike to a hotel every morning to talk to foreigners and practice his language skills. Despite his passion, Jack faced failure after failure. He was rejected from dozens of jobs, including KFC, and failed his university entrance exams twice. Eventually, he earned a degree and became an English teacher. But Jack had bigger dreams. During a trip to the US in the 1990s, he saw the internet for the first time and realized its potential inspired. He returned to China with a vision to build an online platform that would help Chinese businesses connect with the world. In 1999, Jack Ma gathered 17 friends in his apartment and founded Alibaba. The company started small, but with determination and belief in the internet's future, it grew fast. Alibaba became one of the world's largest e-commerce companies, transforming how people buy and sell in China and around the globe. Jack Ma became one of the richest and most influential people in the world, but he never forgot his roots. Known for his humility, humor, and resilience, Jack often shared his story to inspire young people to dream big, embrace failure, and lead with courage and kindness. Life lessons. Success principle: failure is not the end. It's the beginning of learning, growth, and success. Money lesson: use technology and innovation to solve real problems. Value creation brings wealth. Mindset insight: stay optimistic. Vision, persistence, and patience can change the world. Personal growth: lead with heart. True success is helping others succeed with you. And Chapter 23. It always seems impossible until it is done. Nelson Mandela, life story. Nelson Mandela was born in 1918 in a small South African village. From a young age, he showed leadership and a passion for justice. As he grew older, he witnessed the harsh injustices of apartheid, a system that separated and oppressed people based on race. Mandela became a lawyer and joined the African National Congress, ANC, to fight for equality and human rights. His activism and leadership put him in danger. In 1962, Mandela was arrested and later sentenced to life in prison for standing against apartheid. He spent 27 years behind bars, but even in prison, his spirit was unbroken. He continued to learn, lead, and inspire others, becoming a symbol of hope for millions around the world. In 1990, Mandela was finally released. Rather than seek revenge, he chose reconciliation and peace. He worked with his former enemies to end apartheid and build a democratic South Africa. In 1994, Mandela became the country's first black president in its first multiracial election, leading with dignity, forgiveness, and vision. Mandela spent the rest of his life promoting peace, justice, and education. He became a global icon, honored with awards and statues, but he always remained humble. He believed that true leadership meant serving others and lifting them up. His courage changed not just a nation, but the world. Life lessons. Success principle. Great change often takes time, sacrifice, and unwavering courage. Money. Lesson. True wealth is found in freedom, justice, and lifting others out of poverty. Mindset insight. Forgiveness is power. Letting go of hate creates space for healing and progress. Personal growth. Be the leader who listens, serves, and uplifts. Your character is your legacy. Chapter 24. You have to fight to reach your dream. You have to sacrifice and work hard for it. Lionel Messi. Life story. Lionel Messi was born in Rosario, Argentina, in 1987. From a young age, he showed incredible talent with a soccer ball, but his dream of becoming a professional player almost ended before it began. At just 10 years old, Messi was diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency. His family couldn't afford the expensive treatment. Everything changed when FC Barcelona saw his talent. The club believed in him so much that they offered to pay for his medical care and bring him to Spain to train. Messi moved with his father and began playing in Barcelona's youth academy. Despite being smaller than most players, he dazzled everyone with his speed, control, and vision. Messi made his professional debut at just 17 years old and soon became one of the most celebrated players in the world. He helped Barcelona win countless titles, including multiple Champions League and La Liga championships. His rivalry with Cristiano Ronaldo pushed both players to new heights. But Messi's journey wasn't just about trophies, it was about heart. He remained humble, team-focused, and deeply connected to his roots. In 2022, after years of heartbreak, Messi led Argentina to win the World Cup, fulfilling a lifelong dream. His story is proof that with talent, belief, and hard work, even the smallest player can become the biggest legend. Life lessons. Success principle. Never give up, even when life seems unfair. Persistence pays off. Money lesson. Invest in your talent and health. Those are your most valuable assets. Mindset insight. Stay humble. Greatness doesn't require arrogance. Personal growth. Let your work speak for you. Mastery is built through daily discipline. Chapter 25. Spend each day trying to be a little wiser than you were when you woke up. Charlie Munger. Life story. Charlie Munger was born in Omaha, Nebraska in 1924. As a young man, he worked at Buffett & Son, a grocery store owned by Warren Buffett's grandfather. After serving in World War II, Charlie studied mathematics and law, eventually becoming a successful attorney and real estate investor in California. In the 1950s, he reconnected with Warren Buffett, and their friendship turned into one of the most successful investment partnerships in history. Together, they transformed Berkshire Hathaway into a global powerhouse. While Warren was known for his folksy charm, Charlie brought razor-sharp logic, mental models, and deep philosophical thinking to the table. Munger's thinking was rooted in what he called a lattice work of mental models, drawing insights from psychology, economics, biology, and history to make better decisions. He believed in rational thinking, lifelong learning, and avoiding big mistakes. Though blunt and sarcastic, he was deeply principled and guided by integrity. Even into his late 90s, Charlie continued to share timeless wisdom at annual meetings and interviews. His legacy isn't just wealth, it's clarity of thought, character, and a deep understanding of how the world really works. Charlie taught us that success isn't just about money, it's about thinking better and living wisely. Life lessons. Success principle. Build a lattice work of mental models and use them to make better decisions. Money lesson. Avoid stupidity before chasing brilliance. Losses hurt more than gains help. Mindset. Insight. Lifelong learning is your greatest competitive advantage. Personal growth, discipline, humility, and rationality lead to enduring success. Chapter 26. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Elon Musk. Life story. Elon Musk was born in South Africa in 1971. From a young age, he was curious about how things worked and spent hours reading books and learning about science and computers. At 12, he built and sold his first video game. Musk moved to the United States to pursue bigger opportunities, believing it was the best place to bring big ideas to life. He began with internet companies like Zip2 and PayPal, which made him a millionaire by his early 30s. But instead of retiring, Elon took his money and risked it all on new ideas, starting companies that many thought were too ambitious or even impossible. He wanted to build electric cars, rockets, solar power systems, and more. Musk founded Tesla Motors to revolutionize the auto industry with electric cars that were fast, stylish, and sustainable. He also launched SpaceX with the dream of colonizing Mars and making space travel affordable. Though both companies faced failure and near bankruptcy, Elon refused to give up. His determination and belief carried them through tough times. Today, Tesla and SpaceX are among the most innovative companies in the world. Elon has also launched ventures like Neuralink, The Boring Company, and Starlink, all with the goal of improving humanity's future. His journey shows that thinking big, taking risks, and working tirelessly can truly change the world. Life lessons, success principle: dream big, start small, and never stop pushing the limits of what's possible. Money lesson: reinvest in your vision. Use money as a tool to solve meaningful problems. Mindset insight: embrace failure. It's often the path to innovation and breakthrough success. Personal growth: be bold. The future belongs to those who build it with courage and action. Chapter 27. Empathy makes you a better innovator. Satya Nadella, life story. Satya Nadella was born in Hyderabad, India, in 1967. From an early age, he was curious about how things worked and loved playing with computers. After earning engineering degrees in India and the US, Satya joined Microsoft in 1992. He worked quietly but consistently, helping build cloud services and other major parts of Microsoft's business. In 2014, Satya was chosen to lead Microsoft as CEO, a company that many thought was past its prime. But Satya didn't just focus on technology, he focused on people. He brought a new spirit of empathy, collaboration, and curiosity to Microsoft. He encouraged a growth mindset where learning and improving mattered more than being perfect. Under Nadella's leadership, Microsoft returned to being one of the most valuable companies in the world. He embraced the cloud, open-source software, and partnerships, even with former rivals. Products like Azure, Teams, and GitHub grew rapidly, and Microsoft once again became a leader in innovation. But what truly set Satya apart was his belief that empathy, not just intelligence, was the key to leadership. He often spoke about how raising a child with disabilities shaped his view of the world. He led by listening, lifting others, and encouraging the next generation of leaders to be both kind and courageous. Life lessons. Success. Principle: true leadership starts with empathy and continues with action. Money lesson: long-term value is created by solving real problems and empowering people. Mindset insight: growth comes from learning, not knowing everything. Personal growth: stay humble. Lift others as you climb. Build with purpose and heart. Chapter 28. Money doesn't care about your feelings. Kevin O'Leary, life story. Kevin O'Leary, often called Mr. Wonderful, was born in Montreal, Canada, in 1954. He wasn't always a straight-A student, but he had an early passion for business. He studied business and eventually earned an MBA, which set the foundation for his entrepreneurial journey. One of his first big moves? Starting a company from his basement. That company, SoftKey Software, sold educational software, and it grew rapidly. Kevin made smart deals, cut unnecessary costs, and focused on results. He eventually sold SoftKey to Mattel for over $4 billion, cementing his place as a serious businessman. But Kevin wasn't done. He kept investing, mentoring, and building wealth. Kevin became a household name on Shark Tank, where he gained fame for his blunt honesty, sharp analysis, and financial wisdom. While others might sugarcoat feedback, Kevin believed that being direct helped entrepreneurs grow faster. He made it clear, business isn't personal, it's about results. Behind the tough exterior is a disciplined investor who believes in financial literacy, smart saving, and protecting your capital. He teaches people to avoid debt, invest for income, and treat money with respect. Kevin's journey is a reminder that building wealth requires both courage and control. Life lessons. Success. Principle. Be honest, even when it's tough. Clear feedback leads to growth. Money lesson. Don't let emotions control your wallet. Make money decisions based on logic. Mindset insight. Discipline is more valuable than talent when building long-term wealth. Personal growth. Learn to protect your time, your capital, and your values. Chapter 29. Success is not just about making money, it's about helping others do the same. Thomas R. Painter. Life story. Thomas Painter grew up with a passion for learning and a desire to help others succeed. From a young age, he saw how financial knowledge could transform lives. He studied success principles, followed wise mentors, and built multiple streams of income over time, proving that anyone, even without a lot of money to start, could build wealth with the right habits. But Thomas didn't stop at success for himself. Alongside his wife LaDawn, he founded the Success and Money Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to teaching kids, teens, and adults how to manage money, start businesses, invest, and build a better future. The foundation offers free courses, tools, books, and even rewards for learning, because Tom believes learning should be fun, easy, and rewarding. Through live Zoom classes, videos, and tools like Buffett Bucks and Share the Wealth, Thomas has inspired over 27,000 students in dozens of countries, and that number keeps growing. He teaches that you can earn while you learn, help others while you succeed, and create a life of freedom, purpose, and service. His message is simple but powerful. Learn it, earn it, share it. Thomas Painter's legacy is one of impact, not just through wealth, but through wisdom, giving, and empowering others to become successful and financially free. He shows us that with the right knowledge and a giving heart, we can all make a difference. Life lessons. Success principle. True success is building wealth and using it to help others. Money lesson. Create multiple streams of income. Pay yourself first. Invest wisely. Mindset insight. Wealth isn't just about how much you make. It's about how you think and what you give. Personal growth. Be a lifelong learner. Teach others. And always lead with kindness and generosity. Chapter 30. If you will live like no one else, later you can live like no one else. Dave Ramsey. Life story. Dave Ramsey didn't start out as a financial expert. He learned the hard way. By his mid-20s, he had built a real estate portfolio worth over $4 million. But when the banks called in his loans, he lost everything. Broke, scared, and humbled, Dave made a decision that changed his life. He was going to learn God's ways of handling money. He studied personal finance, budgeting, and wise money principles. He and his wife paid off all their debt and rebuilt their life step by step. But Dave didn't keep this wisdom to himself. He began teaching others how to get out of debt, save money, and live with financial peace. What started in small church groups eventually grew into a national platform. Dave created a simple, powerful plan called the Baby Steps, starting with a $1,000 emergency fund, paying off debt with the debt snowball method, and building wealth over time. He started a radio show, wrote best-selling books like The Total Money Makeover, and built Ramsey Solutions to help millions of people change their lives. Today, Dave's voice is one of the most trusted in personal finance. His teachings help people break free from the chains of debt, live on less than they make, and create a future filled with purpose, generosity, and peace. His story proves that failure isn't final and that anyone can turn their life around with the right plan and discipline. Life lessons. Success. Principle. Failures can be the foundation of your future if you choose to learn from them. Money lesson. Get out of debt, live on a budget, and build wealth with intention. Mindset. Insight. Discipline beats impulse. Long-term peace comes from short-term sacrifice. Personal growth. Teach others what you've learned. Turn your pain into purpose. Chapter 31. It is in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. Tony Robbins. Life story. Tony Robbins was born in a modest household and faced a tough upbringing. He struggled with poverty, a turbulent family life, and no clear path forward. But Tony had a burning desire to learn and grow. As a young man, he began studying personal development, reading hundreds of books, and learning from mentors like Jim Rohn. By his early 20s, he was coaching top performers and leading seminars on mindset, emotion, and breakthrough transformation. With passion and massive energy, Tony developed systems for creating change, helping people take control of their minds, their finances, and their lives. He believed that success is 80% psychology and 20% mechanics. Robbins built a global empire through books, audio programs, coaching, and massive live events like Unleash the Power Within. He has worked with presidents, athletes, CEOs, and millions of everyday people. His books like Awaken the Giant Within and Money, Master the Game Blend Strategy with Heart, empowering people to create lasting change. But more than money or fame, Tony's mission is impact. He's fed over 1 billion meals through his philanthropy and continues to serve with passion. His story reminds us that no matter where you start, you have the power to change your life and help others do the same. Life lessons. Success, principle, change your state, change your story, and you'll change your life. Money. Lesson. Don't just work for money. Make your money work for you with purpose and control. Mindset insight. Progress equals happiness. Decide, commit, and take massive action. Personal growth. Your past does not equal your future. You are the creator of your destiny. Chapter 32. Leadership is about making others better as a result of your presence. Sheryl Sandberg. Life story. Sheryl Sandberg was born in Washington, D.C., and raised to value education and hard work. She studied economics at Harvard, graduating at the top of her class, and later earned an MBA from Harvard Business School. Early in her career, she worked at the U.S. Treasury Department and then joined Google, where she helped build their ad business. In 2008, Sheryl became Chief Operating Officer of Facebook, now Meta, where she helped grow the company into a global powerhouse. She focused on building sustainable business models and led with transparency, empathy, and strength. While often one of the only women in the room, she didn't shrink back. She leaned in. Sheryl's book, Lean In, became a worldwide bestseller, encouraging women to pursue their ambitions and take a seat at the table. She shared insights about balancing career and family, facing bias, and building a life of purpose. But her most powerful lessons came after tragedy, when her husband unexpectedly passed away. Through grief, she wrote Option B, helping others find strength and resilience after loss. Sheryl became a voice of hope, reminding people that while we can't control everything, we can choose how to respond. Her journey shows that leadership is not just about titles. It's about lifting others especially in their hardest moments. Life lessons. Success principle. Don't wait for permission. Lean in, speak up, and lead boldly. Money lesson. Financial independence creates choices. Build it with confidence and clarity. Mindset insight. Resilience isn't about bouncing back. It's about growing stronger through hardship. Personal growth. True leadership is helping others rise, especially when they've fallen. Chapter 33. Success is best when it's shared. Howard Schultz, Life Story. Howard Schultz grew up in a working-class neighborhood in Brooklyn, New York. His family didn't have much, and he watched his father struggle with low-paying jobs and no health benefits. That experience shaped Howard's vision. He wanted to build a company that cared for its people while creating something meaningful. In the early 1980s, he joined a small Seattle coffee company called Starbucks. After visiting Italy and experiencing the culture of espresso bars, he had a bold idea to bring that experience to America. Not just great coffee, but a place where people could connect, relax, and feel a sense of community. He convinced the founders to try it, and the rest is history. Schultz eventually bought the company and expanded Starbucks into a global phenomenon. But he never forgot his roots. He offered healthcare benefits and stock options to even part-time employees, something unheard of in retail. For Howard, success wasn't just about profit. It was about people, purpose, and making the world a little warmer, one cup at a time. Even after stepping down as CEO, Schultz has continued to advocate for leadership with values. His story is one of vision, grit, and heart, a reminder that even simple ideas, when fueled by purpose, can change the world and uplift others along the way. Life lessons. Success principle. Build a business with heart, one that serves both people and purpose. Money lesson. Treat employees like partners. Investing in people brings long-term returns. Mindset insight. Vision matters, but empathy and integrity make it last. Personal growth. Your background doesn't define your future. Let your values guide your rise. Chapter 34. I don't dream at night, I dream at day. I dream all day. I'm dreaming for a living. Steven Spielberg. Life story. Steven Spielberg was born in Cincinnati, Ohio, and raised in a modest home where his imagination ran wild. As a child, he fell in love with storytelling and began making short films with a small camera. While other kids were riding bikes, Steven was directing aliens and cowboys in his backyard. Despite struggling in school, he never gave up on his dream of becoming a filmmaker. When he was denied entry into a prestigious film school, Spielberg didn't quit. Instead, he found ways to learn on his own. At just 22 years old, he caught the attention of Hollywood by sneaking onto a movie lot and impressing studio executives. Soon, he was directing TV episodes, and then his first feature film, a suspense thriller called Jaws, which became a massive hit and changed movie history. Over the years, Spielberg created some of the most beloved and iconic films of all time: E.T., Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, and Saving Private Ryan, to name just a few. His movies combined heart, imagination, and groundbreaking effects, inviting audiences to believe in wonder, adventure, and hope. Spielberg didn't just become a master storyteller, he became a leader in the industry, co-founding DreamWorks Studios and mentoring new talent. He reminds us that success comes from relentless passion, the courage to fail, and the vision to keep dreaming, no matter what the odds. Life lessons. Success principle. Don't wait for permission. Start creating, even if no one's watching yet. Money lesson. Turn your passion into a profession, and the money will follow the value you create. Mindset insight. Rejection is not the end. It's a redirection towards something even better. Personal growth. Stay curious, stay creative, and never stop learning from the world around you. Chapter 35. Just be yourself. There is no one better. Taylor Swift. Life story. Taylor Swift was born in Pennsylvania and showed a love for music at an early age. Inspired by country legends, she began writing songs when she was just a child. At 14, she moved to Nashville with her family to chase her dream of becoming a country singer, something most thought was impossible for someone so young. But Taylor wasn't just a singer, she was a storyteller. Her songs told personal, emotional stories about love, loss, and growing up. With her debut album, she won hearts across the country and quickly became one of the youngest stars in music. She blended talent with hard work, writing every song herself and performing with passion and purpose. As the years passed, Taylor reinvented herself, evolving from country to pop, and eventually taking full control of her music. She re-recorded her early albums to regain ownership, teaching millions about the importance of artist rights and standing up for yourself. She faced critics, public breakups, and career challenges, but never stopped creating. Today, Taylor Swift is more than a musician. She's a movement. Her fan base spans generations. Her tours break records. Her lyrics inspire millions to embrace who they are and express what they feel. She reminds us that with courage, creativity, and staying true to your voice, you can write your own story and change the world while you're at it. Life lessons. Success. Principle. Be bold enough to tell your story and strong enough to own it. Money. Lesson. Understand the value of your work and protect your rights as a creator. Mindset. Insight. Reinvention is power. Grow, evolve, and rise again no matter the setbacks. Personal growth. Vulnerability is strength. When you share your heart, you help others heal too. Chapter 36. Brilliant thinking is rare, but courage is in even shorter supply than genius. Peter Thiel. Life story. Peter Thiel was born in Germany and raised in California. A brilliant student, he studied philosophy and law at Stanford University. While his early career started in law and finance, Peter quickly realized he wanted to shape the future, not just follow the rules of the present. He co-founded PayPal with a group of bold thinkers who would go on to become tech legends. PayPal wasn't just a payment system, it was a revolutionary way to move money securely on the internet. Despite early criticism and fierce competition, Thiel helped lead PayPal to success. When the company sold to eBay, it marked a turning point in tech history. From that success, Thiel helped seed a generation of innovators known as the PayPal Mafia. Peter became the first outside investor in Facebook and launched Founders Fund, investing in companies that dared to dream big. He believed in going from 0 to 1, creating something entirely new rather than copying what already exists. His book 0 to 1 became a guidebook for entrepreneurs seeking to build the future. Whether backing space travel with SpaceX, supporting new schools of thought, or funding ambitious startups, Thiel's story is about thinking differently, asking deeper questions, and pushing boundaries. He proves that radical ideas, paired with conviction, can reshape industries and lives. Life lessons. Success principle. Don't compete. Create. The biggest wins come from doing what no one else dares to try. Money lesson. Invest in vision, not just value. Long-term bets on bold ideas can lead to exponential growth. Mindset insight. Challenge the status quo. Ask the questions no one else is asking. Personal growth, courage, is rarer than intelligence. Be brave enough to act on your beliefs. Chapter 37. Turn your wounds into wisdom. Oprah Winfrey. Life story. Oprah Winfrey was born in Mississippi and raised in poverty. Her childhood was filled with hardship, abuse, instability, and setbacks. But even in the darkest times, she discovered the power of words and stories. She began speaking in church, reading constantly, and dreaming of a life beyond her circumstances. At 19, she became the youngest and first Black female news anchor at her local station. Her emotional honesty and powerful presence stood out. When she transitioned to daytime talk shows, her warmth, authenticity, and compassion turned The Oprah Winfrey Show into one of the most beloved and successful TV programs of all time. Oprah didn't just share interviews, she shared healing. Her show tackled everything from trauma to transformation, helping people find their voice and their worth. She launched her own network, OWN, published books, backed countless causes, and built schools and programs around the world. Through it all, she stayed grounded in her purpose to serve, uplift, and inspire. Today, Oprah is one of the most influential women in the world. Her story is a testimony to what happens when you rise above pain, stay true to your values, and use your platform for good. She turned personal struggle into global impact and proved that your story can set others free. Life lessons. Success principle. Your past does not define you. Your choices and voice do. Money lesson. Use wealth as a tool to serve others, not just to enrich yourself. Mindset insight. Vulnerability and honesty are powerful forms of strength. Personal growth. When you find your calling and help others, your life takes on deeper meaning. Chapter 38. Poverty is not created by poor people. It is created by the system we have built. Muhammad Yunus. Life story. Muhammad Yunus was born in Bangladesh and studied economics in both his home country and the United States. After earning his PhD, he returned home and began teaching at a university. But the severe poverty he saw around him deeply disturbed him. He realized that traditional economics wasn't helping the people who needed it most, especially poor women trying to run small businesses. One day he loaned $27 of his own money to a group of 42 women who made bamboo furniture. That small act changed their lives. They no longer had to borrow from loan sharks. They could buy supplies, keep their profits, and grow. Yunus saw the power of microloans. Small amounts of money could spark hope, freedom, and entrepreneurship. From that first loan, he built the Grameen Bank, a bank for the poor. It offered small loans without collateral, trusting that even the poorest could be creditworthy. The model spread across the globe, lifting millions out of poverty and helping them start businesses, send their children to school, and build better futures. In 2006, Muhammad Yunus won the Nobel Peace Prize for his revolutionary idea. But more than awards, he sought impact. His mission was to redesign economics around human dignity and opportunity. He believed that business could be a force for good, and that every person, no matter how poor, deserves a chance to thrive. Life lessons. Success. Principle. Don't wait for systems to change. Create your own solution to help others. Money lesson. Even a small amount of money, used wisely, can create massive impact. Mindset. Insight, trust, and dignity are more powerful than collateral and credit scores. Personal growth. True success is lifting others and changing lives for the better. Chapter 39. The biggest risk is not taking any risk. Mark Zuckerberg. Life story. Mark Zuckerberg was a computer prodigy from an early age, building games and chat programs as a teenager. He enrolled at Harvard University, where he quickly made a name for himself with his coding skills. In 2004, from his dorm room, he launched a simple site for students to connect, originally called the Facebook. The site caught fire. It spread from Harvard to other Ivy League schools, then to universities across the country. Soon, Zuckerberg dropped out of college to build it full-time. What began as a student directory grew into something much bigger, a global platform that would change how billions of people connect, share, and communicate. Facebook became one of the fastest-growing companies in history. Zuckerberg expanded the platform into new features, photos, messaging, news feeds, live video, and acquired major companies like Instagram and WhatsApp. Under his leadership, Meta, formerly Facebook, became a technology empire and a central hub of the digital world. Mark's journey wasn't without controversy. With massive reach came massive responsibility, questions about privacy, content, and influence. But through it all, Zuckerberg continued building toward his vision, to bring the world closer together and now to explore the future of connection through virtual reality and the metaverse. Life lessons. Success principle. Big change starts with a bold idea and the courage to build it. Money lesson. Value creation comes from solving problems at scale. Focus on impact. Mindset insight. Don't wait until everything is perfect. Launch, learn, and iterate. Personal growth. Leadership means growing with your platform, your people, and your purpose. This is the Success and Money 39 Successful People and Life Lessons. Thank you for watching.